Happy Thursday, everyone. It's been a while, but I'm back to share a little bit of information with you. Nothing very, very specific or concrete, but at least just a little recap of some of the things that went on this week and also some announcements. So, first, I like to start off with something positive. So, something positive was the Florida Trump rally that just occurred. Yeah, that was really, really funny. Now, I have to admit, I did not see it. I was working, but I did watch some highlights of it, and I saw like Screen Hoopla. I don't know if you follow that YouTube channel. Screen Hoopla gave a recap of it. So what I saw first, of course, was Jim Acosta, the opportunist, standing there, with this serious face and trying to report the news, and, he just couldn't speak loud enough over the Trump supporters who were yelling, CNN sucks, CNN sucks. You had, like, people with signs for black Trumps, for black Trump supporters. I can't remember what the sign said, but I saw, like, black Trump supporters in, like, 2020 on it, and so I saw that part. That was one part that was covered in the video. The second part that was covered in the video was the press conference with Sarah Sanders, and there was this journalist that was asking questions about Trump inciting violence and getting people all agitated and stuff. Of course, everything is Trump's fault. And so Sarah Sanders pretty much, she shut that down and said, we don't condone that. The president doesn't condone violence in any fraction. And there was like a follow-up question that was saying that, is it okay, for his supporters to be saying certain things? And it was like, Sarah Sanders said something to the tune of, we don't support violence in any measure. And we also support the right to free speech. So, like, you're complaining about Trump supporters saying CNN sucks. They have a right to say that. So I thought that was hilarious when I saw that recap. And by the way, this evening there's going to be a Trump rally actually in Pennsylvania, which I may, hopefully if I have the time, I may actually watch it this evening because I didn't see the other one. And I know that I am in for some fun and some laughs by tuning in to our wonderful, hilarious, very entertaining president, Donald J. Trump. I just can't understand why everyone is so mad about. What are they so frustrated about? I don't know. And I had some personal experience, actually. Some things that happened over the weekend. People you really care about and love, the people in your orbit, who disagree, obviously, with your political opinions, and that's okay. But it doesn't make yours right. That's what we have to accept. You know what they say about opinions, right? Every asshole has one. Doesn't mean that your opinion is stupid. It means that you're entitled to it. But it also means that an opinion is an opinion. That's it. It doesn't make yours right. It doesn't make it superior or like the moral hierarchy. It really doesn't. And so Trump Derangement Syndrome is real. It really is. And I experienced a little bit of it, but I'm not going into details or specifics. I just want to say that it's unfortunate that it's that way. And I find it really difficult to have a conversation with someone who suffers from it, because if they suffer from Trump Derangement Syndrome, what you will find, depending on probably the passion level of that person, you might find yourself like, if you're trying to it's like I felt like if you're trying to tame a vicious dog with rabies. And I'm not comparing a person to an animal, but I'm just thinking about, it's just the fact that you can't get a word in and everything is, it's a little crazy. So it's like a dog with rabies who's like foaming at the mouth. That's what I feel like when I'm trying to have a conversation, because it's kind of, you start to know, touch the nerve, and then they get triggered. And then it's like, and so then you just got to shut down at some point in time and just be like, all right, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. You can't, because it's a waste of time. They're trying to argue their point of view. And like, your point of view is wrong and my point of view is right, and I'm on the right side and I know what I'm talking about. And I think for the most part that they probably mean well, but they don't realize that they've been manipulated. And I don't understand how we have big grown adults who are all in emotions and feelings. You know, they want to do more for illegal immigrants than they want to do for the homeless people. Why don't you give all these homeless people we have in America and all these big, big blue states, why don't you give them room and board and food and shelter? Why don't you pick them up, invite them into your home, since you care so much about immigrants? And this does not mean that we don't have compassion in our hearts, because we do. But at the same time, too, you have to worry about your own first and foremost. And all we're worried about is exhausting more resources, because essentially someone's going to have to pay for this, right? At some point in time. Okay, I care about people. I love people. I'm not mean and evil. But we also have to be practical at some point in time. So you have to be able to separate the two. So the Trump Derangement Syndrome is just like, and you know, it kind of resurfaced again. We had just over the weekend, actually, and actually before I even say that, another issue I have with the so-called progressives and, you know, let's say moderate Democrats. Or I'll even say progressives, because you kind of separate yourself from the moderate establishment Democrats. At least for the most part, they believe that they're different. And you come to find out, you really aren't. You just really aren't. So what I don't understand is our support now for the police state. You know, I thought, you know, even the ACLU, we were against surveillance and violation of our civil liberties. But yet Trump was subject to this since 2015. And you have no problem with that. None of you so-called progressives are speaking about that, because you have no problem with it. Why? Oh, because it's Trump and everything's okay as long as it's Trump. It's acceptable. It's not. It's not. And everywhere you turn, it's hypocritical on your side of the aisle. I just don't know how anyone can move forward with that party. You are unredeemable at this point if you don't clean house and you haven't gotten rid of all the nasty, rampant corruption that still runs that party. It is empty. It's a shell. It's a sham. It's done. And you are going to suffer a bloodbath. A bloodbath is coming. In 2020, yes, Trump's going to win again. He's going to win again because you're doing the same thing. The Trump Derangement Syndrome, all of this stuff. The fake numbers and stuff. Every day, over 90% of your coverage is negative about Trump. You're going to lose again. You're going to lose. There's a whole paradigm shift going on, whether you understand that or not. Okay? The Republicans got their raggedy stuff too, just as well as the Democrats. Because if you ask me, we have one party. One party. That's all. They're all opportunists. They all in positions. They're career politicians in it for profit. And that's why they both were against Trump. He's an outsider. That's why. So lots of people who are walking away, it doesn't mean we're just going to walk and just going to throw your support into the Republican Party, because I'm sure as hell not. I'm an independent and Trump appeals to me. So I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable where I am. But, you know, I get to see who makes the case, and, you know, you don't own my vote. You don't. You know, I have a right to support whoever the hell I want to support. So 2020, yes, Trump is definitely going to get my support. And I'm unapologetic about that. I don't care. So, you know, we have this thing where people feel like they are activists on Facebook. You know, they post things and they sit back, you know, try to get people, you know, talking and making comments about whatever they post. And so, you know, sometimes you look and crazy things come up in your feed. And today, what came up in my feed was somebody that, you know, I used to love and watch and was an idol to me when I was a little girl growing up in the 80s. And it's Madonna. So I know you guys don't care about Madonna, but anyhow, her comments were, I felt like we needed a change, and I wanted to get out of America for a minute. As you know, this is not America's finest hour. So apparently, she left the country, and that was her statements about America. We know that the majority of these people who were talking about, oh, they're going to move out the country as if they were drawing a red line and protesting if Trump becomes president. None of those people left and are gone for good. Just such garbage, phony rhetoric. And people were like, bye, get out. But isn't that just like the height of their privilege and elitism? The fact that you can just up and leave, right? And just go to a whole nother country and set up shop. Man, you must have some resources to be able to do that, right? So, you just think about this stuff. We have to continually be, get headaches and have to listen to these people give their political opinions and views about absolutely nothing. Because you don't like the guy. So what? You know how many times you have to work with people I don't like? I don't like the way you look. So? Am I going to stop working with you? It's ridiculous. You don't like his character. You don't like Trump as a person. So what? Okay? And? It's just ridiculous. And that's supposed to be enough for us to not support him. Because he's a bad person. He's a mean guy. He's not nice. Anyway, I was actually asked about, am I okay with the way that Trump treats women? And I said I could care less. I don't care what he did before he became president. Why the hell do you? How did that affect your life? How did his personal life affect your life? All I'm concerned about is what he's doing right now. And that's all you should be concerned about. I'm sure everyone has a past, a history, and things that they've done that they're not proud of, right? Yeah. All right. So let's stop being so judgmental. It's just ridiculous. So, oh Lord, having said that, so Madonna putting her comments out there. Wasn't she the one that was promising to give blowjobs for everybody to vote for Hillary Clinton? Like, really? She's this is what she said. A mother. Yeah, she's got like big grown kids. I think kids in their 20s and stuff. How would you feel your mother's out there saying, oh, I will give everyone a blowjob if you support Hillary Clinton. And now we're supposed to listen to this person. Shut up. Go away. You guys are obnoxious and annoying. Okay? And Madonna, shut up and entertain us. Okay? You're a billionaire. And God knows what things you did to get to the top. If I recall the story correctly, she came to New York City with $17. And she's a billionaire today. I can't imagine the things that she did to get where she is. God bless her. I don't hate on you or anything. But please, when it comes down to these politics, please just stop. Shut up. We don't care. We really don't care. We just don't. So, in other news, some exciting events coming up. I don't know if you guys know Christopher Wright. He calls himself the Black Conservative in New York. You can check his YouTube channel out. Him and I had some conversations, and we are probably going to be doing a little something together. Apparently, there's a Black conservative movement going on in New York City, and if you're interested in seeing more about that, if you check out his videos, you'll be able to see just some of his videos. He kind of like walks outside and does this talking thing, and he walks through Brooklyn, my neighborhood, and he records and, he does his YouTube videos. So the last video, I don't know if he's uploaded anything recently, but the last video I seen from him, he actually was talking about this movement going on, and I'm actually supposed to be meeting up with some of these folks very soon, so I'm a little bit excited about that. I want to learn more and find out more and see ways that I can support and get involved and participate in this. So hopefully I will have some good news for you guys up and coming. But outside of that, I love you. I do. I love you guys. And I will talk to you soon. All right. Till the next time. Later.